This game is in early alpha. Expect regular patches, changes, and potential data wipes. Man, when was it updated again? December 5. And right now it's January. That's a whole month without any updates. Okay, on a serious note, so what's been happening is that the last update was in, last month, and the thing is that there's been a lot of updates, at least like for example free weekend. I'll get more to it later. So basically there's December. There's a list called December, which obviously doesn't exist anymore because it has been changed to January as it has been delayed. See, December has been renamed to January. Basically everything in here is December is supposed to be out last year or a month ago, but it didn't. So what happened here? Okay, so obviously I don't know the whole story, but it's pretty simple because it's not that simple, but what I assume to be happening is that last year they were planning to, of course, releasing Free Weekend. There have been discussions around it. You can see it. So basically, can't wait for that, right? There, here it is. So there's supposed to be a free weekend soon, but obviously it did not happen. It was meant to happen somewhere here at least before Christmas. It was before December 25, which is Christmas. So before the 19th, anything before the 19th. So it was supposed to release on either this week or this week. But of course, as we know, there was an update on the 7.5, which means it can't be this week, right? They can't release anywhere here. So it could have only been on this week. But the thing is, usually Alter Ego, like similar to Tower Defense Simulator, they release every other week, right? So what I'm assuming is that they plan to release it somewhere before Christmas. So like this week. But obviously that did not happen. And the issue is that you're not gonna work on Christmas, are you? Obviously you don't. So the whole year, 2 weeks, just gone straight out of the water. Nothing happens. And I'm assuming it's because maybe it's too much of a task for them. They overpromise because yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot on table. Jay's game mode is pretty big. Map consumables, I'm not sure. Newsfeed and these two are not that big of a deal. Because actually, if you don't know, this one's actually already done. They just hid it in the game's code, but yeah, it is done. And yeah, so this whole Christmas week, that's like 2 weeks. They didn't do anything, so in a month or 4 weeks, that's half week. Half of it is just gone because of Christmas. But then that leads to another issue. If that's the case, shouldn't they release anything, this week? So far, they have not said anything at all. Like the last time was, December last year on the 9th. And there has not been anything whatsoever since then. Neither is on their X account, and neither is here. So what is going to happen? Is Alter Ego development too much for them? Are they, planning to cancel the game or whatever? Because over here, they are promising beta launch somewhere in the first quarter, which is 3 months. That means their deadline is on the 31st of March. And as we know, that's not very far, is it? Like, just look at the state of the game right now. Like, I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but like, okay, the game first released alpha in, was it an event? Yeah. In 2 months ago. During the span of 2 months, what they've added is not much at all. Like, I'm gonna be honest here. We released with like 3 maps, which is Asylum Island, Swordfights on High, and Crossroad. This is pre-alpha. This is before beta release. I mean alpha release. And what they have is Victims, Alter Egos maps, yada yada yada. And right now, nothing much has changed in the content department. There's not much. There's a lot of bug fixes. That's no doubt. But what they added that is notable is, first we got the hack objective, which is this one, and we got Toothy, which is the second one. And I don't think there's anything else that is significant that was added. And if they plan to release beta like this, I'm gonna be honest, it's really disappointing. It's gonna be extremely disappointing. Because beta launch is the public release. This is where I would say the game is, it is public. You judge it by what it is. There's no excuse of, oh, it's still in development, oh, it's still in testing. No, it is public. Like, it is free. Everyone can play it. Like, can they even get the mall out? I sure hope so, because the 2 egos we have, they are extremely similar to each other, and there is no variety at all. And I really, really hope they do something different. But right now, I'm not sure if Alter Ego is, is in a good state right now. If they are planning to release beta like this, like even with all of these updates from January that has been delayed, which I'm frankly expecting next week, because it's either Friday this week or it's next week. And if this is all that they could deliver in January, that would be really disappointing, because I expected like everything from the first quarter here to be in January, or at least half of it. But they pushed the stuff from December into the first quarter, more precisely January. And it's not much either. Like, you might see a lot of, cards here, but the truth is it's not that much. And if they're planning to release just Chase game mode as the defining factor for beta, that is really disappointing. Because I'm gonna be honest here, like, the game isn't very, very good. Like, obviously we have the content problem. There's nothing to grind for. And 2, the balance is terrible. I'm really hoping they do something about this, right? Like, I'm pretty sure Nimothy did the form here. Hopefully we got something out of it. But right now, if they plan to release beta right now, it's going to be really disappointing. And the development is not looking very good. As of right now, we got no feedback or communication with the dev team. And so far, like, all we've got was that everything got delayed. It's not looking good, if I'm being honest. Of course, I'm still very, I'm not that pessimistic yet. I still feel like there's hope, because the mall could be really, really cool, right? Because from the description, like, they say that, Controller Labyrinth turns hard to match. I really hope he does something unique and not just the same thing as Husk and Caduceus, because, they're the same character. Like, just risking like a new coat of paint. And all of these, like, intro and outro, which they broke. They completely broke it. And console compatibility, which is very nice. I'm still very, like, cause I'm still very hopeful, because from what we can see in the future here, there's a lot of them. And if Ego the Mall does really good, these 2 and everything else in the future, we could see, like a baseline for the standards of what's going to come next. Because the killer standard right now is absolutely terrible, right? We got passives that are just exactly the same. Like, Husk and Caduceus has the exact same passive. Like right here, like I've mentioned it before in a video. Like, it's a waste, right? And all of their moves are practically the same. So if the mall could do something really good in the future, I am really hopeful that the game can turn its tide. But I just don't think we should be launching beta Q1, dude. Like, at least Q2, not Q1. Okay? So Paradoxum, I really hope you get the stuff in January out, like, this week in Friday. the very least next week, but it can't go further, man. Like we've delayed enough. Like, oh boy, like lobby NPCs, is this really hard to implement?